Alright, so here we are in the go to war mode, as I call it. This is outfitted for fishing. Takes me probably about 5 minutes to put everything on here once I get it off the boat, or off the truck, excuse me. So once I set this up, let me tell you what I did here. Again, I will say that getting it toward the end of this season, there are no actual Hobie accessories for the Lynx available anywhere. they're gone. They got scarfed up quick. So I made do with the things that I had, with a couple of small purchases. So let's start here. Let's start in the back. So what I did in the back is I got this Craftsman VersaStack set up. I have several pieces of it. You can see one in the front also. I wanted to actually use this for my feel free, but it's too narrow for the feel free is too narrow for this, so it really didn't work. So I had it sitting around. Put a couple hooks on it so I could bungee it down. One in the front, one in the back. These just come from closet storage racks. You can get the hooks for going into the wall, and I just adjusted them for this. So I'm just using the bungees that come with it. I put a little bit of non-slide, basically cabinet stuff on the bottom to keep it from scratching when I'm putting it on and off. It also keeps it put in place. And I got a couple of rod holders that are attached on each side. And again, I'm not using this as my heavy-duty fishing outfit, so I just have two rod holders. They're located in such a way that you can easily open this up, and you can put whatever you want in here, whether it's additional fishing gear, camping stuff, cooler, whatever. It's waterproof to a certain point, and it works really nice. And then I just brought the other bungees that come with it around the sides, and that locks it into place really nicely. Obviously for tournament fishing, got my catch board sitting in the back there. Underneath I have a couple of quick access, for the most part waterproof, tackle boxes. My GoPro mount, I can either put that on there, or I can put a Railblaza rod holder on there. There's my parts bin, junk drawer, and utility thing. I'm still trying to work that whole system out. Again, another piece of the Craftsman VersaStack. This one happens to be the drawers. When you reach up here, they open up. You got a bunch of stuff in there, and you can get to it pretty quickly just by leaning forward, getting on your knees or crawling forward a little bit. This is, because it's drawers, this is not waterproof, but it's definitely water resistant, and the base stays dry. My biggest problem was where to put my net. I use a little bit longer net, especially with the bigger feel-free fishing kayak, and I also have a tandem Hobie PA17T that I use solo for fishing. And oh, by the way, this particular drawer system fits directly underneath there, and you just bungee it underneath your seat. So it's right underneath you, and it's really convenient on the PAs with the seat that they have. This seat with the crossbar underneath there doesn't work as well, and doesn't take that size of a tool underneath it. Anyways, I wanted someplace where I can put my net and keep it handy. And I came up with this. I had these laying around. Basically what these are, just a clip for paddles, and they fold down. And it just happens that I just put a twist tie around there. This is pretty solid, and I just slide it into place on there. When I pull it off of there, sometimes that comes down and gets out of the way. I can get to wherever I want to. Put it underneath there, it slides back in, and it rests right in front there. Usually got to make sure the net is up and out of the way so it's not dragging in the water. If you hit a lot of weeds, it can sometimes snag it. But that's how you put that on there. On the other side over here, these two items here. So I got the Humminbird Helix 5, and I have the sonar module on the bottom down here on the arm. I use the same setup on all three kayaks. I didn't plug this one in, but I run the plug-in cable around the back here, and I put the small 12-volt battery up in the back of the seat. And I'm thinking of a different way to do that also. But both of these pop off of here. That's the ram ball, and again the Scotty mount, and then this is the Scotty arm for the sonar. So that's how I use that. And like I said, I can pull those off of here and put them on any of the three fishing kayaks now that I use, depending on what I want to do. I typically use my cup holder instead of for holding drinks. That's for just a junk drawer also. So that's how I set this up. One of the things that I discovered is, even though this comes around the side here, this does not affect the this at all. So yank up on it to bring the, just like that. And I'm looking for a place to mount my light and flag on the back here. Obviously there's no place to mount it right at the moment. If I don't use the power pole, I may build something here as a platform to go up and mount that too. If I do get the H-rails for here, obviously the H-rails will change this up a little bit, but pretty much everything I'm using now I'll be able to use them. So that's my fishing setup. Hope you like it. So here's my current version of my fishing Hobie Mirage Lynx. Some of the things are that you had before. You can see the Craftsman VersaStack drawers, and they slide in and out and they lock in place. There's my base unit for the VersaStack, and I keep in here things like the life vest, anything else that I'm going to eventually put on there. This goes in here. This pretty much stays in the truck. I do have a top for it. There's another piece over there. This is a new one. So this does not come with it. And in fact, these holes here, there's two of them here on each side, are for the stand-up bar. What I discovered is this is the 21-inch piece that you can buy as a separate piece with the two shoulders on it, one on each side. That all comes as a kit. The only thing you have to get are the screws that fit into here. Stainless steel, I believe it's a 14, and it's a coarse thread is what they use on there. And of course there's my Helix 5 sonar. It's actually side imaging, so you just get it down a little bit further. Works real well. There's the other piece that fits on top, and they all fit together and they lock together using these locking mechanisms, all the pieces. So you can put it onto the wheel cart, lock them all together, and drag it wherever you want to drag it. And that's my most recent. Oh, and then here's the power cord for the sonar. That just goes up into here, and I have Amped Outdoors 12 amp battery up in there, as well as some additional soft baits. So hope that helps you understand what's going on. Again, this covers anything that's I don't have someplace else. Most of the things that I use are underneath or up there in the drawers.